Among the most impressive denizens of the Carboniferous skies were the griffenflies, formidable predators that would have made our modern-day birds of prey seem diminutive. These ancient insects were the apex predators of their time, dominating the skies with their sheer size and hunting prowess. Imagine a dragonfly but scaled up to incredible proportions. These were not your average insects, they were giants in every sense of the word. Meganeura, the largest known insect to have ever existed, boasted a wingspan reaching over 2.5 feet, a size that is almost unimaginable today. This wingspan rivaled that of a modern hawk, making them a formidable presence in the skies. These aerial hunters were equipped with powerful mandibles designed to snatch prey mid-flight. Their mandibles were not just for show, they were highly effective tools for capturing and consuming a variety of prey. They darted through the prehistoric forests, their large compound eyes scanning for smaller insects and even early amphibians. These eyes provided them with a wide field of vision, crucial for spotting potential prey and avoiding obstacles. Their wings, strengthened by a network of veins, propelled them with surprising agility, allowing them to maneuver through the dense vegetation with ease, making them the undisputed rulers of the Carboniferous skies. Their dominance was a result of both their physical attributes and their predatory skills. The griffenflies' dominance wasn't just due to their size and predatory prowess. Their respiratory system, based on a network of air tubes called trachea, proved incredibly efficient in the oxygen-rich atmosphere of the Carboniferous. This system allowed them to take in large amounts of oxygen, fueling their high-energy lifestyle. This allowed them to fuel their active lifestyle and achieve sizes that would be impossible for insects today. The high oxygen levels of the time were a key factor in their ability to grow so large. Their reign, however, would not last forever. As the Earth's environment changed, so too would the balance of power in the animal kingdom. The climate began to shift, and with it, the conditions that had allowed these giant insects to thrive. A new group of vertebrates was about to take to the skies, bringing with them new challenges and competition for the griffenflies, and their arrival would have profound implications for the giant insects of the Carboniferous. The emergence of early birds marked the beginning of a new era, one where the skies would be shared and eventually dominated by these feathered newcomers. The reign of the griffenflies, impressive as it was, would come to an end, making way for the next chapter in the history of life on Earth. To understand the gigantism of Carboniferous insects, we must delve into the chemistry of the atmosphere. The Carboniferous period, which spanned from about 359 to 299 million years ago, was a time of significant atmospheric changes that had profound effects on life on Earth. Oxygen, essential for life as we know it, was far more abundant during this period, reaching levels of up to 35%. This is a stark contrast to the oxygen levels we experience today. To put that into perspective, our current atmosphere contains a mere 21% oxygen. This difference might seem small, but it had enormous implications for the organisms living during the Carboniferous period. This surplus of oxygen had a profound effect on insect life. Insects, which are among the oldest groups of animals on Earth, were able to grow to sizes that are unimaginable today. Insects, unlike vertebrates, rely on a system of tubes called trachea to transport oxygen throughout their bodies. These trachea function by allowing oxygen to diffuse directly into the insect's tissues. This system, while efficient, limits the size an insect can attain. The tracheal system works well for small insects, but as the size of the insect increases, the efficiency of oxygen transport decreases. Higher oxygen levels, however, allowed for larger trachea and, consequently, larger bodies. The increased oxygen availability meant that insects could grow larger without their tracheal system becoming a limiting factor. This phenomenon, known as oxygen gigantism, is not limited to insects. Other arthropods, such as spiders and millipedes, also benefited from the high oxygen levels. Scientists believe that the high oxygen levels of the Carboniferous also contributed to the impressive size of other arthropods, such as the Arthropleura, a massive millipede that could grow over 6 feet long. This creature is one of the largest known land invertebrates of all time. The Carboniferous, with its high oxygen levels and warm, humid climate, provided the perfect conditions for insect life to flourish and reach unprecedented sizes. The dense forests and swampy environments were teeming with life, creating a rich and diverse ecosystem. However, this golden age was not to last. Over millions of years, the Earth's atmosphere underwent significant changes. As oxygen levels gradually declined over millions of years, so too did the maximum size of insects. The once gigantic insects of the Carboniferous period slowly gave way to smaller, more manageable sizes. The stage was set for a new era, one where other creatures would challenge the insect's dominance. Vertebrates, with their more efficient respiratory systems, began to rise in prominence, leading to the diverse array of life forms we see today. The reign of giant insects began to wane with the emergence of a new type of predator, the dinosaurs. These magnificent creatures, with their powerful limbs and sharp teeth, started to dominate the prehistoric landscape, altering the balance of power that had existed for millions of years. More specifically, a group of feathered dinosaurs, the theropods, would evolve into the first birds, forever changing the dynamics of life on Earth. This evolutionary leap was not just a simple transformation, it was a complex process that took millions of years, involving numerous adaptations and changes in their anatomy and behavior. These early birds, while smaller than their insect rivals, were agile and fast, with keen eyesight and a taste for, you guessed it, insects. Their ability to fly gave them a significant advantage, allowing them to hunt and capture insects with remarkable efficiency. This new predatory pressure forced insects to adapt in new ways, leading to an evolutionary arms race between birds and insects. Archaeopteryx, one of the earliest known birds, emerged around 150 million years ago. This fascinating creature represents a crucial link in the evolutionary chain, showcasing a blend of both reptilian and avian features that highlight the gradual transition from dinosaurs to birds. While it still possessed reptilian features like teeth and a bony tail, it also had feathered wings and the ability to fly, albeit clumsily compared to modern birds. This combination of traits made Archaeopteryx a unique and pivotal species in the history of life on Earth, illustrating the complex and gradual nature of evolutionary change. This new mode of locomotion allowed them to exploit a food source that was previously out of reach for most land-dwelling creatures, the insects of the air. By taking to the skies, these early birds opened up a whole new ecological niche, one that was rich in resources and relatively free from competition. The emergence of birds marked a turning point. It was a moment in time that signaled the beginning of a new era, one where the skies were no longer the exclusive domain of insects. Birds brought a new level of complexity to the ecosystem, influencing the behavior and evolution of countless other species. No longer were insects at the top of the food chain. The arrival of birds introduced a new predator that could reach them in their aerial domain, fundamentally altering the dynamics of the prehistoric food web. This shift had profound implications for the entire ecosystem, driving further evolutionary changes and adaptations. Their large size, once an advantage, now made them easier targets for these new airborne predators. Birds, with their keen eyesight and agile flight, could easily spot and capture these oversized insects, turning what was once a strength into a vulnerability. As birds continued to evolve and diversify, they exerted increasing pressure on insect populations, particularly the larger species. This ongoing predation led to a decline in the number of giant insects, as they were unable to compete with the more agile and efficient birds. The giant insects of the Carboniferous, once symbols of an era of unparalleled growth, began a slow but inevitable decline. Their dominance was challenged by the rise of birds, leading to a gradual but significant shift in the balance of power within the ecosystem. The world was changing, and only those who could adapt would survive. This period of intense evolutionary pressure drove innovation and adaptation, leading to the emergence of new species and the extinction of those that could not keep up with the changing environment. But what if they had? Imagine a world where giant insects continued to dominate, where birds never took to the skies. How different would our planet be today? This speculative scenario invites us to ponder the delicate balance of nature and the profound impact of evolutionary changes on the course of life on Earth.